Hey everybody, welcome back. So I'm getting ready to head out and go vote today, and got our flag up here flying gloriously because I love my country and I appreciate each and every one of you who have fought for our freedoms. And so I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna exercise one of my freedoms, one of my rights, and that's to go vote for the President of the United States of America. So come over here and took care of the chickens. We gave them some of the mealworm and shrimp medley. They really like that stuff. Check their water, check their food and everything. Wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a walk around on the coop here, and we're just kind of in the middle of building it. I just build it a little bit here and there as I get time. Most of this is all wood that I've milled myself, except for some of the framing in it. I kind of went the cheap route. This is kind of like a shed. As you can see, we had these little bitty boards right here. I don't know what they call those, like a, I don't know, a 2x3 or 1x3. I think they're 1.5 inches by about 3 inches. And then we have some of the main structure is actual dimension 2x4s that I milled out of some pine, good and heavy duty there, and just some OSB plywood that I had left over just to kind of sheet the roof there. And yeah, I used some OSB pieces to kind of fasten everything together. That's kind of just how they do it. Then we got this white oak here that I milled up to do board and batten siding. And let's walk on around here. I just got some old plywood and stuff like propped up right here to help keep the wind off of them as the weather's starting to cool off, and allow them to acclimate to the cooler temperatures and everything, but at the same time be able to provide a windbreak for them until I can get the rest of this coop done. I mean, I could probably cut a hole in the floor and build a ramp to where they could get up in that part of the coop, but honestly I don't want to do that because then that's a hole in the floor I would have to repair later, and I just don't want to do that. So we got some vents over here on this side of the coop to allow for some ventilation, and then up top we have a hole cut in the roof, and I've got some louver panels that I've built already to build a cupola that's going to go on top of this roof to kind of help with ventilation so they can have nice clean air to breathe. And let's see, so moving on around here, you know, again, you can kind of see the siding and stuff. I still need to finish the siding on the front. Then we got these cattle panels, and these were being used as the trellises in my garden for like my green beans and my tomatoes, and so I decided to repurpose them. And we just kind of nailed them to the side of the coop here, and we're building a run right here, and we just have some, I don't know what that is, like actual 2x4 or something like that. Basically they're just like dunnage that you would use on a flatbed trailer, you know, for setting a load on or whatever. And some of them, like those over there, is actually runners to those really old, like really long pallets. All right, so this right here, the cattle panels are just kind of, they're going to serve as like the main structure for the run here, and it'll be extendable, but I think this might be enough for them. I think that's like about 16 foot or so. I think each one of these are about 4 foot wide, so that'd be 4, 8, 4 and 8, and 8 and 8 is 16, so it should be about 16 foot long. And we're going to build an end on here. We're going to use like screws and stuff to put it together, because eventually I may want to take that apart and put a couple more panels in here just to extend it. But for right now, this is as far as I want to extend it. And you know, for the 13 birds that we have right now, I think it's going to be sufficient. But you know, we may want to extend that later on, like next year or something, as you know, funds may allow. So yeah, we'll be able to, you know, give them a little bit more room here, and it's something that you could probably fairly cheaply add on to it. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, what are you going to do about keeping the birds in because you got these big holes? Well, this is just going to be like the main structure part of it, and that we're going to have to put the hardware mesh down the sides of it, pretty much all over it, to be able to keep like coons and possums and skunks and all that sort of stuff out of there. We do have like fox around here. We have coyotes and stuff. Now, I doubt a coyote could get through there, but a coyote could definitely get its head through there and could, you know, injure a chicken, so, or kill it. So yeah, that's kind of the name of the game, is just being able to protect them. We've already lost 2 of our chickens, and that's kind of devastating, you know, when you want to have like 15 birds so you get enough eggs each day to kind of make breakfast for everybody, for your family, and then you lose them. That's kind of a problem. But I think we've got some roosters in there. Honestly, I've got a lot to learn, guys, about raising chickens, but you know, it's a learning process, and that's why I kind of follow along like with all these homesteading type channels and stuff, is because I'm trying to learn myself. And that's another reason I don't really put videos out there on this, because I am not the source to get that information from. I like to put videos out on stuff that I kind of know, like the woodworking and stuff like that. Stuff I've kind of done pretty much my whole life, ever since high school. But anyways, I've never been like a home builder or anything. I've built a few buildings. I've worked for contractors and stuff, usually like in welding and putting up like steel buildings and stuff. So yeah, building wooden buildings is kind of new to me. I don't know, it just seems like it's something that's pretty simple and straightforward. There are little nuances and stuff to it that, you know, like how you do your drip edge and stuff like that. There's very specific ways to doing that, and that's kind of stuff I'm trying to learn as I go. And this right here, I can't remember on these feeder tubes where I seen that on YouTube. Somebody's channel out there, someone made feeder tubes like that, and they had, I think they had like these screw-in caps. And at my local hardware store where I got this stuff, they had these little plugs right here. I guess they're like test plugs, and I thought those were pretty cool. They're kind of expensive, but I went ahead and I bought 2 of them for this. Now it's just a section of, I believe this is 4-inch. Yeah, it's 4-inch pipe, and you know, it just comes down here and it goes to a 90-degree elbow and a 45-degree elbow. You glue it together, you know, you use your primer and the glue for PVC, put it together, hold it for a few seconds, and it's done. And honestly, 1 stick did this whole thing right here. 2 90-degree elbows and 2 45-degree elbows. One of them I actually cut part of the elbow off of there, thinking it would make it just easier for the chickens to eat out of it. But as you can see, the chickens can stick their head all the way down inside that thing, and so it's not a big deal that you don't have to cut the corner off of it or anything. So yeah, it keeps their feed dry, and it automatically just kind of goes down whenever, you know, as they eat it. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, guys, make sure you go and vote for our country, and you know, that's what all of the previous soldiers fought for. So make sure you go out and vote. Doesn't really matter who you vote for, as long as it's Trump. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.